Good afternoon. You're listening to Cannabis Corner on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from downtown New Haven. We're streaming live on TuneIn Radio and NewHavenIndependent.org. We're also streaming live video on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to your Facebook page, look us up, or hit see first to see and hear all the great programs that we have here on WNHHLP. And Cannabis Corner is also streaming live on the Greenhaven Media Facebook page and ProCannabisMedia.com. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday, September 29th, 2025. Welcome to Cannabis Corner. I am your host, Joe LaChance, Joe the Weed Guy. And I'm joined here, of course, this week by the one and only Uncle Lou, Farmer Lou. How are you hanging out in the car?
Just it's another beautiful day out here in New Haven. I'm actually hanging out in New Haven Park, just kind of sitting, got some gas. Was thinking about a slice of pizza for lunch.
All right, Lou. Let's keep it keep it simple, right?
Simple. That's it. That's the name of the day, name of the game these days. Simple. Just sitting.
One day at a time, brother. Keep
one
it
day at a
simple.
time.
That's it. That's life. That's the key to life, bro. They teach that in the AA.
Oh, and I guess in many places they teach it in therapy.
Man.
They teach it in
Be here now, right? So you're living it. There you go, man.
That's it, brother.
All right. Good. Well,
we got some cool things coming on, right?
Yeah. We got Gabe's coming on in a little while to talk about the Durham Fair and how he made out over there. Gabe, of course, is our sponsor. Want to thank him. Big ups over at Metatron Home Grow with 2 locations, both in Meriden and in Orange. Gabe's there for all your home grow needs. He's a real good guy. Very, very knowledgeable. Big part of the cannabis community. Always out there representing, trying to push it out into the mainstream public. You know, and he's got a great grow shop there. Been a big help with my grow this year, as you have, Uncle Lou. We'll chat about that.
You know what? It's about passing a little knowledge down so you can do what you do to enjoy a little bit of the plant. Gabe does a great job at that. And then you create a small community of people doing it because, you know, it's not just Gabe and I. Kind of, you got other friends that are coming by.
Absolutely.
Once in a while, more time. And it's just to interact with you, the plant, the community, the space. And it's not a large community as a whole, but more your micro communities, your friend groups, you know?
Well, yes, exactly. And I did. I had people over who helped me defoliate. I had a little gathering, made them lunch, made them dinner. Yeah, it's you know, they say, what does it say? It takes a tribe to raise a plant.
That's right.
About that.
If they don't say it, Joe said it.
I just said it. It did. It took a lot of, but I will say, we harvested. You and I. You helped me harvest. We harvest. The harvest is done. Everything is hanging. And you approved of the space. We have fans going in it. It's a beautiful thing to see from start to finish. For me, like that day, and you were there, was very emotional when we cut it. It was like you saw me. It was like, and you're like,
even the one you started from seed, you're like, I started this from seed all the way. Now it's hanging. And then you start to think about it and you're like, okay, well, it's starting to look like cannabis now. So now it's starting to look like
you should smell that room.
You know, and so like when you're looking at it hanging, you're like, wait a second, when it was growing on the plant, it looked like one thing. Now it looks like what I would get in a bag.
Yeah. Been an amazing experience.
You know, it starts to smell like what you get in a bag.
Yes. It's amazing. It's been amazing. It has, Lou. Being able to spend that much time outdoors in the garden, because you really do. I go big or go home. I took 10 as the first time grower. Now, I'm not saying I don't have knowledge because I did run a school, so I knew the curriculum and I had the basic knowledge of how it works. But there's a big
You heard the
difference.
same things over and over, but you never put it into practice.
Right. It's a
You heard
big
about it.
difference. And putting it into reality. Huge difference.
Yes.
It's manifesting almost. You know what I mean?
100%.
I had the
Well,
knowledge, I had the
think about
vision.
it. Think
I
about
had
it,
the
Joe.
vision of growing. Once it became legal, it's like, I'm going to do that. And I had a vision. And then because I had some knowledge, and then it manifested. You know what I
It was
mean?
a good year for it.
It was beautiful. Perfect timing. I had the universe put me where I needed to be because I really wanted to do it. And it was more of a thing for me because it was such a fight to get those home grow rights. And what we had
Right.
to go through just to get them, waiting 2 years, all that crap. I had to grow. Do you know what I mean? I just had to,
So,
just like I
what
had
I'm
to get my
hearing you
record
say, Joe,
expunged.
right. So, what I'm hearing you say, Joe, is Joe's going to share some pictures of his grow in the different community pages, you know, and then he make sure that they're good for the space that you're going to put them in, but don't go crazy. But show something, show a nug off that you grew, show off something that you
Yeah,
made, you
yeah,
know.
that's true.
So
Maybe I'll do right on this show.
right, well, it's show and tell. Don't go crazy. It's
Nobody
part of
cares.
it. That's
Yeah,
it's part of it.
you got some
You
on
did
your
yours,
phone,
Joe. Go
don't
ahead.
you? Share them.
That's it. That's it, Joe.
Yeah, we'll do that. You took a lot of pictures. We'll put a little gallery together. That'll be nice. That'll be nice because it's true. I should document it. What happened to my screen here?
So if you got some good pictures from
Oh,
your
there you
grow
go.
or something, a nice bud that you grew, put it on up. This is what you did. Be proud of your home grow rights. Joe's excited he was able to use his. I did not this year, so that leads to
Well,
another
you
part of
weren't
the
in
story.
the right place though. But
Right,
you look.
exactly. And
Let's face it.
sometimes
What are
that's
you going to be
this.
doing it? You're going to be doing it on for a much larger scale. You just got to get there. Not this season. It's coming.
Not this season, next season.
That's right. And
So,
and you know what? You still grew because you
but
grew with me.
it did look like our our good friend Gabe popped his head in. So it's always nice to hear some of his thoughts on this.
Yeah, he's just laughing at us. But Lou, you did grow this year. I want to let you know that. That was our grow. All right. Hey, so we've been talking a lot about Gabe. Gabe is here with us from Metatron Homegrown. And, he was hanging out at the Durham Fair, like we said, and that is a mainstream event, as mainstream as you can get. Spreading the good word about cannabis out to the public in his own way. And that's what we love about Gabe and his ability to do that because he has an ancillary business that is completely not really a big part of what people would consider dispensaries and all that. So Gabe,
Yes.
welcome to the show. How are you today? You're looking great. You're hanging out
Thank
over there. Where are you at today? Orange?
you. Orange today. I'm in orange.
All right. It's a beautiful day in Orange,
Good.
right? I'm
Good.
right down the street.
Yeah.
I may come by and visit you after.
You should. You should come. Say
I
hi.
should. It's been a while.
Yes, I'm doing some plants today. I got them all ready. I kind of yelling at some of my employees. They didn't take care of them, but we'll work on it. We'll work on it. I was away at the Durham Fair, like you said. I had some love, some hate. I saw sticks. If you missed out, it was a lot of fun.
How sticks these days?
It looks like they're a little. The time to hang it up.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gabe. I saw Judas Priest and Alice Cooper
Oh, really?
Tuesday night. I'm gonna tell you, Judas Priest, Rob Halford.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him in the '70s. Okay,
Right.
that man was running around, riding a motorcycle,
Get out.
running, hanging, swinging. I'm telling you, I see him again. What, 40 years later?
Right.
He could barely move. He could barely
Yeah.
move. He was fat. He had to wear a big old jacket to cover how fat he was. When they would show close-ups of him, you could see his red face and the sweat
Yeah.
in him.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But then Alice Cooper, who was older than him,
Yeah.
put on a fantastic
Really?
show.
That's great.
Amazing. Theatrical. He did the guillotine. And I saw Alice in the '70s, too. I'm going to tell you. I would almost say because the show was tighter back in the 70s, a little looser.
Mhm.
So was Alice. Tighter, the band was better. I would say the show now is better than the one Alice put on in the
Yeah,
70s.
wow, that's wow, huge.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Yeah,
I will say that definitively, if you can get a chance ever to catch them,
I
and I've
would.
seen them a few times.
Yeah.
And this is the best one I've
Yeah.
ever seen them.
So Sticks was rough. You know, it was all right though. It was just nice to see.
It's sad.
Yeah, and you know,
That was my whole point.
yeah,
If you can't do it
let it go.
like the way you used to,
Yeah, you know, you worry he's going to get a bad rep, but either way,
but then again, they're at the Durham Fair. There you go.
right. Yeah,
Sorry to say.
yeah.
So
No,
still tell.
I had some mixed reviews there. You know, a lot of people were more receptive than in the last year. I still can't have any paraphernalia. I can't have any logos. I got yelled at for your shirt.
I guess they don't want to make America green.
No, they don't. They don't. I know, but I got on the Ferris wheel and I was on the top. And if I had my nice tent with a big pot leaf, it would have looked great. But I was just trying to promote and get people going, and it did good. Did good. I talked to a lot of people about growing.
Spread the good word. Was our buddy there with you?
Yeah. I had all my Cannacuts, my buddy Nick, Maddie from the shop. A few people from the community were coming in and out that we'd all know, and it was good. It was really good to see everybody. And
Well, yeah, I know a lot of people from the community were posting that they went. I know my brother went. I don't know if you met him.
yeah,
It would have been nice if he introduced himself, but he probably didn't know we were connected.
yeah. They put me outside, like next to the dumpster. So no, they put me outside. I wanted to be inside, but either way, that's where all the people are. But I'm like in the back corner still. Eventually, I'll get there. I'm thinking I'm going to
Hey,
sponsor
you're
them.
there.
Yeah.
Last year, you went for broke. Last year.
Yeah, I did.
I think maybe they punished you a little.
A little bit. It was tough.
Don't forget what you did last year.
I know. I can't forget that. And then I was kind of getting upset why nobody was posting my videos because anybody.
I did.
But the Durham Fair wouldn't post anything, and I kind of get why. I was kind of being a little derogatory. So, but it was good. It was all fun. And we had a lot of fun. I liked most of the people. There was a couple of the committee members. They're tough on it. They're still stuck with that stigma that cannabis is bad. It's the devil's lettuce. And, you get associated with that. So it gets difficult, but, we persevere.
Dude, we will get persecuted,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, it's the strong ones of us
Yeah.
who put up with it and who say, look, I believe in this no matter what you say.
Right.
I don't care. This is my life. This is what I'm doing. This is my passion. I believe in it. I know it worked for me. So, hey, so sorry.
Yeah.
But you can't stop me. And again, they did let you in there. So,
Right. Well, I'm grateful.
it's a little balance, you did there's a win-win, there's a win there on your side as well.
Yeah.
They didn't quite get you.
No. Yeah, they're trying though, but I'm not gonna. But every year we get closer and closer to doing bigger and better things. So
No, you're out there a lot. I noticed you were at the Trinity Hartford thing. I'm sorry I missed that, but how did that go?
that one I missed. I didn't make that one. I didn't go. Steve.
Oh, that was Steve who said that.
Steve.
I'm sorry. I get you guys confuse yourself together a lot.
Sure, yeah, we are. We do the Milford Farmers Market. I'm probably going to do that this Saturday.
And that's in Milford, down in the center of town, right?
Yes. Milford is very, very accepting of me. I'm loving it. Milford rocks. I'm really enjoying it.
And you know what's funny about Milford? I live there, right?
Yes.
The mayor and the governmental part of Milford is very anti-cannabis.
Real, yeah.
They will not allow an adult use dispensary.
Right.
And so therefore they used to have two medicals. Both medicals moved out. They're like, screw you.
Yeah.
I don't want.
Yeah.
So now we have no dispensaries. We did have one of those designated areas where you could smoke.
Oh,
right?
Oh,
Now they paved over it. They put a chicken place there.
Okay.
So now, and they're very restricted about where you can smoke. However, like you say, the people in Milford
Oh,
love cannabis, and we have a great rep over there.
yeah,
It's just the mayor. He
yeah,
banned smoke shops and
yeah.
all that.
More smoke shops. They're raiding them. The thing that was nice though, the downtown Oyster Festival, they let me set up my tent.
We had
Um,
a great time.
Great time, yeah. And then the one in the Hart Farmers Market at Wasson Field, I went in there. I said, "Is it okay if I put up my tent?" They're like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "It has a big pot leaf on it." And they're like, "Put it up. It's the nicest
Yeah,
tent."
well, farmers markets are great.
They were awesome, and I just loved all those people from I think it's the Milford Business, whatever they are.
Yeah, oh, the chamber. Well, they're great.
Yeah, they
You
are.
know who Rich and Gloria from Bohemian?
Oh, okay,
They're heavily involved in the chamber,
good.
and they've had, and the guy who runs it was all where did he work? He worked at the radio station, and he was always very cannabis friendly, and now he's
Right,
the
right.
head of the chamber.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, he's very wide open with that. So, yeah, they're great over there.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying? The difference
I was so
between the
happy.
government and then the actual chamber of commerce and stuff. They don't care.
Right.
Nah, they're actually open to it.
Yeah, yeah, they were. I was loving. I just it was different feeling than any other thing I've ever done.
And
So
that's why Orange is a good location for
it
you.
is great. I'm loving it here. It's getting busy. It's good. So and on to that, we have our grand opening. We're
Oh, you finally got the date. Let me write it down.
yes. It's going to be October 25th.
Oh, Gabe, I thought you said you were gonna do it on a Sunday.
Oh no, it's got to be a Saturday for this place. So
Because we have a huge harvest festival
oh,
that I have to be at.
then we're not. What
And Hexpo is the same day.
the expo is.
Hexpo, Bobby Nuggs' big
Oh,
match.
that's right. My bad. So we're not doing that. All right, bye.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're still tentative date.
And you don't want to do Halloween. What
Yep.
about the week before?
The 18th. That was the tentative. It's just right around the corner. So, maybe November 1st. We'll see.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I like November.
That's not bad. A harvest kind of theme.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So yeah.
And you can invite people to bring their harvest,
Ooh.
especially from strains that you might have been involved in.
Ooh.
Here we go. See, this is it. Brainstorming right here on the air.
Five.
Right here on the air, November 1st.
Yes, I like.
All right, it's going to be a Saturday. We'll see. Here we go. Plan this. This is why we're sponsored. This is it. This
Right.
is the relationship here. So this is why people need to come and be sponsor this show.
Yes, they do. You get the
November 1st, the grand opening of Orange.
Yep.
All right, it's a harvest theme. Bring a sample of, because by then people will have things.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. They'll be hard.
Bring a sample to share, show, especially if it came from Gabriel, one of his seeds, of
Right.
course.
Seeds are clones.
Seeds.
Yeah.
Seeds, not clones. But anyway, I will.
All right. Yeah.
I will. We and Lou were just talking about that. By then, I will have finished product, and I will bring it.
Good.
I will make a appearance. I'll be the host.
Okay.
We'll bring a little entertainment over there. We'll figure
Right.
something out.
Yes. I like.
You and I will get together. I told you I'm coming by today.
I'm,
All right.
I have a glass blower, definitely. I'm gonna have a pizza truck. We're gonna have sales. We're gonna have giveaways. There's gonna be a lot going on either way. So
Hey, you know what?
yeah.
Bobby Nuggs runs a bar pizza truck,
Really?
and he's going to be on the show in 2 weeks. Let's see.
Let's talk. Yeah.
How cool would that be to bring that Massachusetts bar pie down here?
Okay.
You got a great parking lot there. People
Yeah.
don't know. If you haven't been there, huge.
It-
We could really do it up, dude.
Yeah.
I'm with you, bro. Let's roll.
Yeah. So November 1st is the day we're gonna do. All
All
right.
right, November. What time you want to start it?
We're gonna start in the afternoon. I'm thinking 2. We'll do like a 4:20, like smoke off or something. We'll figure it all out.
Right, but doors open at your shop. You early. People
Yeah.
will have discounts, all kinds of giveaways.
Yes.
It's a deal.
Yeah.
Fabio popped in and out because he's got a great event.
Yeah.
You might want to go there.
Rocks, dude. Fabio.
You stay on if you got time. Fabio, we're ready for you.
Fabio's got to come to my shop in Orange. Maybe he can do his thing in the back. Use the back.
Guys, I would
Oh yeah, see, we're
absolutely
all
love
partying.
to.
Let's make this a big party.
All right, all right.
I'm glad we got to stay on, Gabe. This will
I'm
be
on.
fun because Lou dropped out, as you could see.
Yeah.
So,
Lou could at least
so,
make it live.
so, hey, with us now, we have Fabio Rivera of Rolling Stoners. And Rolling Stoners, if you don't know, is is a mixed martial art for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, very, very cannabis friendly. And these guys are going to be collaborating. And you know, Fabio, I wanted to have you on because you had posted something, and you said we're going to be taking a break for a while. You know, we'll be back in 2026. I'm going, oh, I hope everything's okay with them. But then you said we'll be working on bigger things. We're working on something different. And lo and behold, here is the fruition of that post that had me so worried, but it's such a good thing you're doing. You're going to be collaborating with another mixed martial art promotion in Connecticut on October 10th, and it's called Combat Headquarters, that's CHQ. And it's a, you know, you're scheduled to have some of the most exciting and hard-hitting martial art matches this year. And it's due to how much participation and support you have been getting from the cannabis community and the community at large. This is how you got the collaboration, because of the support, because they found out about you through that. It's very exciting. You're going to be hosting, it's called a Blue Belt Absolute Tournament, and it's designed for submission grappling and to give some Rolling Stoners swag, homegrown treats, as well as a championship belt. I'm not doing this event justice, but why don't you talk a little bit about Rolling Stoners, what's been going on with them, and this event, and you know how we tie it into cannabis, and then let's shoot. You know, we'll talk a little bit about other things.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. Just wanted
Let's
to say thank you for having me on here. It's a pleasure to speak with you again. If you guys don't know who the greatest man behind the mic is, you know, in and find Joe LaChance. Joe has, you know, I just want to briefly say, I remember, you know, years ago, Joe, when we were talking on the radio, and to see your progression in and of itself and see how popular you've become on the radio, and everybody knows Joe. And it is.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but yes, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, it has its ups and downs, but I mean, it's amazing. You know, it just shows how far your message has reached. You know, and you know, a lot of things would not be possible for, you know, advocates like yourself. So, you know, got to get that out of the way. But yeah,
well, thank you, Fabio. I appreciate that, and you know, it kind of ties into what me and Lou and Gabe were even talking about. Was like, you know, yeah, it took a lot of work to get this done. You know what I mean? But it's had bad things go on in the regulatory part. But you know what it's been good for is the community.
yes,
You know what I mean? It's brought people like Gabe, me, you together. Now that it's legal, we're able to actually promote it a little more because we're not selling it.
right.
You know what I mean?
You know,
We're a support part of the industry. Gabe, you agree right there?
Yes, 100%.
In different areas, like you're
Yeah.
really spreading it through the mixed martial arts community. Even though it's right now you have your niche, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Here we go right now. You're spreading it out.
yes,
You're
sir.
spreading it out to a whole nother community that wasn't, you know, aware, may not be as aware, will become aware now that you guys are involved. And I'm sure a lot of the people who support you over there at Rolling Stoners are going to attend this as well. And then they're going to be out there spreading the good word to
Absolutely.
make the cannabis more mainstream here in this MMA community. Now, you know, you look on a bigger level, it could go to the next level, the next level, the next thing you know, it's on UFC. Do you know what I mean? You know, how long before that happens, right? You never know.
That'll be a goal right there.
And same thing with Gabe. You know, who knows how far the growing thing will go with him. he could end up having satellites in Home Depot. You
I
know what I'm trying to say? Because the way things are going, what you guys are offering can definitely go further. Do you know what I mean? But it all starts here, and this is what I'm getting at: community,
Yeah.
right here. This is all about community. We go to each other's events. I don't know if you need sponsors for maybe that event, but maybe you talk to Gabe. He bring a tent up there.
Abby, you got my number. Text me.
Oh,
You
100%.
know what I'm saying? I know you are a sponsor of it, but you're heavily involved in it. I don't know. Will they be having vendors there?
I don't believe that they will be having any vendors,
Can
which
you talk them into it?
I that because we were so focused on organizing the event and getting the athletes ready and a venue itself that we completely
A lot of work.
looked the vending aspect of it. So I will definitely pass that on to the CHQ promoter, and maybe we get something working.
Hey, tell them a little extra revenue, right?
Oh, of course.
Or you got to sell it to them, but you got Gabe. He could bring Steve with him. Yeah, right. His partner in crime over there, and that's not a that is a compliment. I love you. I love the way you guys interact together, and it's good teaming.
We do. We actually do pretty good. We do.
Steve's a great guy. Got a very unique product, but he has been there from the very beginning,
Yep.
and that's important. And Fabio, like you said, we've known each other from the beginning. Gabe, you've been doing this for how many years, right?
Yep.
And you tell me stories, man. You really push the envelope throughout your whole career. People don't know. They got to get to know Gabe, know Gabe. And I'm sure Fabio.
Yeah, we all have our stories,
I'm sure Fabio too. What brought you to mixed martial arts is your passion for it, right?
Absolutely.
But you also had a nice passion for cannabis.
Yeah. I just that's what really created the whole Rolling Stoners aspect, Joe. It was how can we bring two different communities together under one type of a symbol or cause, and that cause was cannabis in and of itself. And I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen mainstream media about over the years of cannabis being introduced into sports. There's UFC legends like the Diaz brothers who are
Yes.
very big advocates. There's, let's not forget, all Olympic medalist Usain Bolt and Michael Phelps had,
Very known.
really had been, willing to talk about, the benefits of cannabis. And I just feel like,
Notice how he had to be quiet about that now.
oh, it was
They shut him right up.
It was insane. Did you guys remember that? Because I remember.
Oh my God, yeah. And then now he's doing therapy stuff. I think that was part of his punishment.
Yeah.
You notice that he's doing commercials for therapy, one of those online apps.
Really?
Yes, Michael Phelps.
Wow.
I'm telling you, right? He came out as a big advocate for cannabis. And then they shut him up.
Did they strip him of his gold medals?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
Awful,
right?
It's so, it can't even be circumstantial because those organizations try to treat cannabis like it's a performance enhancement drug.
Right.
By the science of it now, because it's become so sophisticated now, we now know that is not the case. We now know that is the complete opposite. And in fact, they even say that it could hurt performance. However, determining by who the fastest man in the water is and the fastest man on land is, I'd say cannabis is doing them just right. So I don't understand why they would have such a nefarious type of viewpoint for it, until this day.
Well, I think the difference is with the Olympics is obviously you have that UN involvement. Their stance on cannabis is still very strict. They have to kind of toe the line because there's a lot of other countries involved, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So that's the difference in the regulatory, but the fact to strip somebody, you're right. It will take a little bit more to get them over the edge. However, NFL, UFC, WWE, all the ones that really have let's face it, who's getting the ratings? How were those Olympic ratings, So
Yeah.
those are privately owned and they can make their own decisions on what they want to advertise, what they want to support. Now, we all know Dana White just waiting for the green light from them guys up there. So's Triple H, and they'll be doing cannabis on that mat. you
Yeah.
know, the THC drinks sponsoring UFC and WWE are not far away.
Yes.
Guarantee you that. So there's right.
I
Remember, we got all these other new things, THC drinks, right? Sell right at liquor stores. So it's going to happen. And that could be the gateway to not only, I'm talking WWE and stuff because they're very popular, but they're privately owned, or at least shareholders, but whatever. Same with it will eventually spread.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it starts with guys like you who are willing to do it at a small scale, at a small event, and then grow it. And here you're going from Wallingford now to a bigger arena, a bigger venue, more people involved in Hartford. So here's step number 2, right? So you're going, you're on the path, and you as well, Gabe, out there at the Durham Fair beating people over the head. The Big E is next for you.
Yes, it is. Actually.
See?
Yeah, it
So
is.
we're all moving forward, and for me, I'm moving forward with a lot of different things in a lot of different areas. So it's great to see. We're all on the great path, and what do we have in common? Cannabis.
Great.
And
Right.
this is what you were saying is they treat it like a performance enhancer. Well, it is mentally. Like
Yeah, man.
seriously, let's be real. If you're an athlete and you're using cannabis and you realize how much it helps your mind, right? And you know how they do all those, training things with mind over your body and all that, and visualizing the win ahead of time. Well, cannabis opens up your mind for much better, more vivid visualizing. It opened, and it's scientifically proven that it makes your brain cells move quicker and opens up gateways. So an athlete who knows how to use cannabis, as long as they're not dumb and go smoke a joint right before they go on the field, it can be a performance enhancer, right? And I know there are athletes who do that and perform extremely well. Why do you think so? Because their brain is working faster, it's more aware, and it's more open. And because their brain is more aware and more faster, they also have the CBD receptors in their body. They're communicating together. Boom. That in literally that just came to me. Um, when you said performance enhancer, I'm thinking in my head, well, in a way it is, but not in the way they think it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. You're definitely on to something, Joe. I think I kind of could agree with that assessment because the more I think about it, I mean, if an athlete is not in the right mental capacity to give their best performance, hence somebody who's pretty much sober and hasn't really taken anything, but just has a bunch of nerves maybe or jitters
How
going.
about this? How about all the guys who just focus on their body mentally? What are their right? They're screwed in the head. A lot of them nervous, anxious. They still have all that mental stuff going on because they're not focusing on the mental part of it. They think they need to have the body, they need to run fast, blah, blah, blah. They don't realize it's the mind that controls all that. And cannabis helps you. I don't want to say control your mind, but cannabis helps you learn how to work your mind better.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, do we all agree on that? This is a
I
great discussion here.
I can definitely agree on that. I mean, I do think the way that they are looking at it, like you said, is not the way that we kind of look at it as helpful as it is. Like, yes, it kind of helps. It stimulates our mind to get us ready to perform at our best, you know? So,
Right, perform what we're
yeah,
perform
correct.
creating Brazilian jiu-jitsu, perform creating Metatron Homegrow,
Right.
perform creating Cannabis Corner Radio.
Yeah,
Where do
yeah,
you think all those ideas came from?
yeah.
They're all related from cannabis.
Well, I'll tell you this because I got going. But
All right, Gabe, I did want to tell you one thing.
yeah,
It does relate to you too, because what a better way to communicate with your plant than to have the cannabinoids right in you all the time. The cannabinoids in the plant are communicating with you as well. There you go. That's why.
great.
So it all ties in. Gabe, I love you, man.
Love you back.
November 1st.
Yes.
Any classes going on over there?
Every Saturday. This Saturday we're pressing. If you want to come by, we are pressing anything you want to bring in, and I'll have my own to press. We're doing sales on Trim Daddies.
Oh, this right time of year?
Yeah, yep. Any trimmer, you get a free Grove bag, and all drying racks 10% off. So it's all about harvest this year. We're renting Canatrolls, so come see us. First come.
Come see it, 185 Boston Post Road, Orange, Connecticut,
Yeah, or
and 626 East Main Street in Meriden.
you got it. All right.
And you're there at various days, but you can always touch base and find out which days Gabe's are there. He will always help you with your harvest. Have any questions for him, and he's got all the equipment you need over there. Gabe,
Yes.
always a pleasure talking.
Very
Thank
good.
you again for your sponsorship of the show. November 1st, you and I are going to get together. We're going to make it a nice big party night. Sure,
Love
Uncle Lou, too.
Love it.
All right, I love you, Gabe.
Good luck, but I wish you.
All right.
All right. All right, Fabio. So we got a few more
Yes,
minutes.
sir.
Yeah. We got a few more minutes. Uncle Lou bailed out, but I'm sure we can have a nice conversation. So, out there in the MMA community,
Yes, sir.
I'm sure a lot of people do use cannabis, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, they do. They use it a lot. I'd say the only thing about cannabis consumption, I'd say, what is where they use it the most is recovery. Obviously, maybe after a very hard training session. In jiu-jitsu, the joints are consistently manipulated. You're always engaging in some high adrenaline type of rush scenario, combat scenario. So I feel like, the consumption comes a lot for, recovery afterwards when it's time to simmer down, when it's maybe, aiding in the ache that might be laying in your joints, after a hard sparring round. So I feel like that's the most. You will have your fair share of practitioners who do consume before. I've asked them why, and a lot of them feel like it does help with their anxiety. Feeling
that's true.
feeling like to get up there and to get up in front of everyone, and to, as we go back to try to perform your best, they feel like that, aids them a little bit in getting there. So you have your give and takes, but I think it's becoming a lot more popular as this therapeutic method for jiu-jitsu. Whenever you hear jiu-jitsu, now you hear a lot of cannabis, and where there's cannabis and fitness, you'll come across, great people like Simply Fit, or you'll come across, anything that
That's
has
true.
to do with wellness and martial
Well,
arts.
you were at the Elevate and Thrive, and you did a demo there, correct? Tell me how that
Yes,
went.
that
I'd
was
love to hear. I missed it, but how do you got you had a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so we were invited to Hartford to participate in the Elevate and Thrive Festival, basically to do some real life combat jiu-jitsu scenarios. So it what we did, we were all for it, and we grabbed our mats, rented a U-Haul truck. We threw them in the back, and we drove up to Hartford. We kind of laid out the mats. We were right there on the Trinity Health Stadium field. It was really nice. It was very spacious. And we were just rolling. We were having a good time. We were doing, I was there with three other ladies who are, part of the Rolling Stoners and also jiu-jitsu practitioners. And
Nice.
they were awesome. They,
Yeah, I
contributed.
want to talk to you about women's jiu-jitsu. That's an interesting field,
Absolutely, absolutely. I was just grateful that, that they spared their time on a Sunday to come demonstrate some moves, show some, real life combat tactics. And, the people that came by our table, they were fascinated. They left with smiles. And it seemed like, that was the joyous part of the day. So it was a fun time.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize the significance of that event. I know it got a lot of heat because of who the sponsors were and all that. But the fact that that event was held at the Trinity Stadium, which is basically state, run owned, because even though it's run by healthcare, whatever.
Yes,
To
sir.
have a cannabis event there by framing it with wellness, and this is always my point, it's always how you frame it to the public. Framing it with wellness, and then being able to bring in the jiu-jitsu as well, and then all the other things that go along with it, the pipes, bearded wood, and all the different people that were there that maybe not be wellness but are yet cannabis. The significance, and to have a delivery of cannabis to that stadium is significant for the growth of breaking the stigma, because again, you have mainstream people. I know they promoted it heavy on Hot 93.7. You have people from the mainstream now coming in and being exposed again to cannabis. And I would have loved to have been the host, and that's part of why I didn't go, but they hired Hot 93.7, Jenny Boom Boom. I know you love you. I am great, but Jenny Boom Boom's got that audience. And that's my goal. I would love a bigger platform, It's great
Yeah.
to have this on independent, over the airwaves radio and on the internet to our reach. However, to get it on a commercial radio station, and by the way, I support public radio 100%. But to get it on a commercial radio station, which there is no cannabis themed. I mean, yeah, they talk about it now, WPLR, I get on there, which is nice. But how about a show? Give me a show.
I'd be all for it.
Let's take it to the mainstream.
Yeah, let's do it. Joe.
You too, bro. I mean, is there a big time Brazilian jiu-jitsu, like let's say UFC would be compared, or is it like a semi thing?
I mean, I'd say, when it comes to the promotion itself, I always saw it as building a platform for us,
Right.
for what we would call they would call the degenerates, the outlaw,
Right.
the kids in high school who stood in front of the high school. That's what they used to call us. And, that was the intention, was to build something for them, build a home for them.
Right.
No matter how big it gets, that's always going to be, UFC.
You have to keep,
UFC could be like, hey, let's do it up. Let's do it. And sure, that's going to come with a cost though. And that cost is going to have to be,
however,
we got to keep this platform going. We got to keep the message there. And the message has always been for cannabis advocacy, has always been for cannabis wellness, and to always push education and informative cannabis news. And these are things that I don't take lightly. I feel like
no,
this is
I know, me too.
and significant news every time that we have a bill passed or, another licensing that's given out. That needs to be mainstream news. It's very important, and we wouldn't be able to have that information if it wasn't, those advocates like yourself taking it upon the airwaves to deliver us these messages, and some of our businesses are built upon it.
Absolutely. I mean, look at all the businesses that are built upon it now. And
Mhm.
you never know, a fighter from your community, your school, could have aspirations because Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is obviously a big part of UFC, mixed martial arts. You got to know that stuff. Every one of those guys has that in their arsenal. They could have those aspirations, and here you are to support them, push them, you sponsor them. Here's
Sure.
cannabis. You never know. One of your students, people have big dreams, and so you never know how far it can go, even just through one person that you
Correct.
thought you trained, effective, used cannabis, and was one person, you know. So and that's how it works. But I wanted to ask you something. You are from Wolcott, right? And this
No,
is some,
I grew up in Waterbury.
okay, same area. Do you know a guy named two guys, Troy Bond? He runs a mixed martial
Similar
arts.
last name, but not an. I don't. I'm better with faces, Joe. But who's the second guy?
Michael Deek.
I'm sorry, Joe. They don't
No,
know,
he
but
took me. This is he. Well, the reason I ask is they took me to my first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, um, like showing, and both of them were working there as trainers, and
okay,
they invited me there, and they had a tournament. I'd never seen it before,
okay,
and I was like, I'm a wrestling guy, right? And I like, UFC and stuff like that. I was amazed at like the skill that they had, but also it was hard hitting. It was no play. Do you know what I'm saying? That
sure.
was my first exposure to it. And I'll never forget it just because it was like, wow, this is a whole nother thing. And I was like really amazed by it. And then, of course, I years went by, and then I, heard, and that's it. That was why I wanted to ask you because they were both from that area.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was years before, but yeah, interesting.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm sure that's though. I mean, it is a small community, so I'm sure of it.
oh, I'm sure, but it's great that you're doing this. Now, I wanted to ask you, did you have a little harvest this year?
Oh, I did, and actually, which is I believe, third reason why I'm so glad you asked me on the radio today, Joe, because I knew you would have Gabe on as well. And I got a little harvest that I actually want, Gabe to, test out for me and tell me if it's, good stuff. And I hope it is. I mean, I got, I grew 3 plants of some banana OG.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it smells very good. The leaf.
Local genetics.
I'm sorry.
Local genetics.
Local
One
genetics.
of the local guys. Good.
Yes, one of the local guys, and it smells wonderful. The heart. I want to say each plant, at least dry weight. At least each plant gave me about an ounce and a half. So I was,
Nice.
I was happy. I was definitely happy. Nice nugs on it. Um, I grow organic, so I just let nature take its course.
Take its course, right?
And I'm very interested to hear other people's opinions for it. So I'll stop by Gabe's and maybe
Well, I mean, you were on. We're doing the grand opening November 1st.
And I'll be there, and I will.
Yes, let's bring you guys in. I don't know, I don't know what the weather will be like, but he does have a huge parking lot.
Okay.
And I got to be honest, a lot of the stores ain't doing so well, but so it's always empty, except we're in front of Gabe's. Well, I don't know, maybe set up a little tent, do a little something down there.
All right.
We'll see, but let's connect and do that.
Let's do it, Joe, sir. Yeah.
Because I mean, I think that's a perfect place to bring in other people too, and to have like a little cannabis expo right there in Orange on the post road, and we'll get people just curiosity. Yeah, let's hook that up. So November 1st, put that down. And like we were saying, we're inviting everybody to bring this year's harvest. Because
Sure.
why not?
Okay.
Let's all share and care and do that. But yeah, definitely go visit Gabe beforehand. You know, it'd be we
Yes.
got to do more things, get together and do things like this.
I'm all for it, Joe. Whenever.
All right, put in your calendar November 1st at Gabe's in Orange, grand opening. Now, one last time, we only got a couple minutes. Give a plug for this big event on October the 10th, how people can get there, buy tickets, all that kind of stuff. And, let us have it all, how they can reach you.
Absolutely, guys. So check it out. October 10th, Rolling Stoners will be partnering with Combat Headquarters to host a Blue Belt Absolute Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition. You can reach your tickets by going to chqmma.com. Again, chqmma.com. Or you can actually DM them on their Instagram or Facebook, as well as Rolling Stoners, BJJ with a Z. Hit us up on social media if you have any questions, and we will gladly help you with directing wherever you need to do to make your purchase for the tickets. As always, Rolling Stoners is here to help break that nefarious stigma of cannabis through the art of jiu-jitsu. Visit our Instagrams if you guys got any questions, and please, we hope to see you October 10th for a wonderful, wonderful, glorious show.
Now, let me ask you, is the venue consumption friendly?
It will be consumption friendly. We were in the midst of talking, and we do feel like for at least the athletes' health, we would prefer the consumption to just take place in a little restricted area.
Yeah, well, of course, you don't
So
want
if
the
you guys have
arena,
any,
smoke-filled arena.
you don't want, they're trying to wail on each other or, give their best.
Because not, like you said,
So,
not everybody uses it.
yeah, not everybody is it during the time that it's happening. It might be good to relax, but you also want to respect the athletes, inbound, trying to give the best that they can, and
Right.
and showcase.
But that's good. We can bring our own, and if you want to hang out and do a little, get relaxed before you go in and watch a great show. I'm sure it's going to be. How many matches?
I believe so far we've got about 15, and it's just going up from there. So please, if you guys can make it.
Now, will your guys be fighting their guys, or do you have like a separate little category?
Yeah, so it'll be categorical. We'll have the first half will be some stand-up demonstrations, some stand-up kickboxing matches, and then
Nice.
the other half will be the Rolling Stoners Jiu-Jitsu Absolute Tournament. So you guys, get those tickets. You'll get the best of both, and I guarantee you it would be money well spent on that day right there.
And they get a belt, right? There's a championship, or is it a cup?
Yeah, so whoever wins, we're gonna have that tournament. Whoever wins out of the baddest blue belt is going to receive a nice CHQ championship belt, and obviously bragging rights as the baddest mofo out there.
And you mentioned they might get some goodies and treats also.
All owners, wherever we are, anything, we're handing out, precious goodies. So see us, mention us, talk to us, and we just might give you a goodie. If you mention Joe, you might get double the goodies.
There you go. And I'm going to be there. I'll show up.
All right.
I don't think I mean, I'm going through some major dental work, but I should be okay by the 10th of October. And that is a Saturday?
That will be a Saturday, yes.
All right. I will show up there. And if you need me to do anything, you let me know. Announce a match. I used to be a ring announcer for a wrestling company for many, many years, and I was very good at it. So, of course, right?
Be highly honored, Joe.
Yeah, let's chat. We'll chat. Okay.
We will.
I would love to do that for you. All right. I'm getting the word from my producer, Rolling Stoners, BJZ, on all the social medias. That's October 10th. Come down, see Fabio. Always a pleasure, man. Thank you
Always
so
a pleasure.
much. Much love to you and your boys over there.
Likewise,
And
sir.
girls.
Talk to you soon, brother.
All right. All right,
Bye-bye.
Harry, you can hit that music. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Fabio. Thank you, Uncle Lou. You can follow me at Joe the Weed Guy or at Greenhaven Media. Like, share, subscribe. Please spread the word. I will be out at the Harvest Fest on October 25th at Holy Ghost Park. Obviously, in the coming weeks, we'll be talking more about that. I love you all. Peace and love. And just remember, be aware, be prepared, because you never know what's coming next.